Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the weekly horoscope results for the week of November 10th till November 16th. So guys, couple of announcement. Okay, I need to quit this habit of saying guys. I will replace it with friends because a lot many people have been saying this thing and they say it very respectfully, very politely. So I need to implement that. So friends, two things. First of all, I will be visiting Seattle on this Monday. So like November 10th only. So like if you want to meet me in person, you can book your reading. You can see the flyer in your screen and the email ID which is there in the description of this video. You can book your reading for the in-person meeting for the Monday in Seattle if you're based in Seattle. And the second thing is guys, friends. So friends, on Tuesday, there is Kal Bhairav Jayanti. So Kal Bhairav Jayanti is very important and any of the yogas generally get formed because of the combination of the date and the day. So it is happening on a Tuesday. So that means if you are running any of the period of affliction, especially being caused by Saturn, being caused by Rahu, and any of those vulnerability of imprisonment yoga, any of the court case problems, any of the black magic related problems, spirit related problem. So this could be a very, very auspicious day for seeking refuge in the divine protection of Lord Kal Bhairav. Friends, I couldn't tell you to what extent. There was a time when I was very deeply like submerged in my devotion to Lord Kal Bhairav. Like at that time I was like working in ad agency. I used to like when I was living in Delhi. So after work I used to keep the fasting on every Kalashtami, every Krishna Paksh Ashtami, every Kalashtami, and I used to go to like there was this place, cremation ground. Like in Delhi, there is one Marghadwala Hanuman Mandir. If you're from Delhi, you would be knowing about it. And opposite to it was a cremation ground, a Nigam Bodh Ghat. So over there was a beautiful premises. Like imagine they're like bodies are being burning over there, and on one corner there is this premises of temple of goddess Kali and Lord Kal Bhairav. So I used to go there to worship all the Kal Bhairav Ashtakam, all the chants and all the mantras. And Bhairav protects. Guys, when friends. So when I started my Shani Dasha, so my Shani Dasha started right at that time. I was also going through my Saturn return as well. And I was like getting into accidents, getting into fights, allegation, all the problems. And ever since I started like very devotedly worshipping Kal Bhairav, so I actually saw the difference. I actually saw the divine protection around me. Even like, okay, I'm just stretching this thing, but I actually want you to understand this thing, how important is in this Kalyug the devotion and worship of Lord Kal Bhairav. In the month of September, friends, when we have this the eclipse season and all, so there is one client of mine, when she booked her reading with me, she told me that she was with a colleague or with a family member and he was not even harassing her. But just because there was some kind of issue happening, the car literally strayed away from the path. Someone made a video and that guy got arrested in US. And imagine being an immigrant on work permit and being arrested on the charges of assaulting a woman. When I saw his chart, that guy, he was in the Moon and Rahu combination, in the Mahadasha, Antardasha. The guy is born in the Amavas or Chaturdashi. Obviously, you need to have that yoga. That is the only reason. Otherwise, who would have thought just a small kind of argument in the car made that guy put him behind the bar? And this is the worst time for an immigrant in US to have a record, have charges. Imagine when you're so young and your life is almost spoiled. And I told you, like in one of my weekly horoscope videos, like there was this homeless guy who was on drugs and he just went on a rampage. And somehow I was like listening to something else. Somehow I tuned into the Kal Bhairav Sahasranam. And immediate after that, I don't know what happened. He just came running, barging towards me, trying to punch me, and he stopped right over here. And I was just listening to Kal Bhairav mantra. So Bhairav protects. What you can do, obviously, I might make another video if I'll have time. But I would say that if you're living in India, like Lord Kal Bhairav can be worshipped through visiting Lord Kal Bhairava's temple in the north, where I come from. So we offer Imarti, Root, and Kali Udad Vade, like from the black lentil we make that like a donut, kind of frying it. So yes, all these things can be offered, and nothing else. If you live in any part of the world, you have any affliction in your chart of Rahu, of Saturn, so see guys, friends, you can do like 11 times Kal Bhairavashtakam, 108 times, based on your time, based on your availability, but show your devotion. Kal Bhairav protects, Kal Bhairav energy is very, very fierce, very strong. Now friends, after this, now we will shift our discussion about this week, which is going to be a very special week because Moon is going to be making connection with the Jupiter. So because after this, like right on that day only, when Jupiter is starting its retrograde journey, Moon is going to be conjunct with this Jupiter, and then Moon will enter in the Leo. It will get conjunct with Ketu, and then it will finally finish off the week in the Virgo sign. The stress point of this week, if I were to say, is Mercury, because Mercury is in Scorpio, Mercury is conjunct with Mars, and Mercury is retrograde as well. So for certain Lagnas, the stress point which I will highlight or point out is going to be the Mercury's alignment. Second thing is that it's a weekly planning video. It's not a prediction, because I do not know what kind of yogas you have in your chart, what kind of dashas you are currently going through. So watch this video, hear this video just as a part of the planning based on your ascendant. To some extent, even the moon sign also gave guidance, but that I will leave to your discretion. That's what my manager says at work. Nipun, I leave it to your discretion. So that's what I leave it to your discretion, but do listen to it from the ascendant. So now friends, starting first with the Aries. So for the Aries rising, friends, Moon is going to be starting the week from your 4th house, being conjunct with Jupiter, exalted Jupiter, then getting conjunct with Ketu in the 5th house, and then finishing off the week in your 6th house. So at the beginning of the week, auspicious news, some auspicious news concerning the family, some happy event in the family could happen, could materialize. The mid half of the week is making you emotionally stressful, anxious, and for the students, this might be a stressful time. People who are planning a baby or any of the concerns of the 5th house might be a stress point, and 5th house which governs our thought process. So that means Wednesday and Thursday looks like to be slightly stressful. And by the end of the week, friends, because Moon is going to be transiting from your 6th house, so and Mars individually is strengthened. So those people who are trying to arrange any money, like to get any money arranged from the market, any loan getting approved and all, for any competitive situation and all, stars will support you, stars will favor you. Venus is already strengthened in your 7th house. Your ascendant lord is also strengthened in the 8th house. That means for any of the property, real estate related dealings, engagements, it's a positive time. Also for any of the matrimonial related matters and all, it is a very positive week for that. Like you can progress in that direction. So yes, the only thing which I want to highlight over here is that the mid of the week will make you slightly stressful, and because it's not only Moon getting conjunct with Ketu, because Rahu is also there in the 11th house, so there might be some dissatisfaction concerning the matters of the money and all. And because your 3rd lord and 6th lord Mercury is conjunct with Mars in your 8th house, so Mercury is not a good planet for you, so slight concerns around the health as well. So yes, health and the matters of the investments, mental health, stress will loom over in the mid half of the week. So try to keep yourself busy, engaged and occupied, and students have to work very hard. Now when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, so for the Taurus friends, Moon will start its journey from your 3rd house, and it will finish the week in your 5th house. So to begin with, when we talk about see, first of all, even your Mars is strengthened in your 7th house. For matrimonial matters, it is a very good week. For planning any travel, doing any file work, any documentation, or any short travel, initiating something, launching, releasing something, it's a supportive week for that. Especially for the sales, media, marketing, teacher, trainer and all, it's a supportive week. At least the week will start on a good note. After that, the mid half of the week is slightly sensitive, Moon getting conjunct with Ketu in the 4th house. Many Taurus Lagna native will be find themselves little bit anxiety prone. For certain people, this might be a slight alignment of some relocation of the place, like relocating from one place to another place, slight possibility if that is getting applicable in your case. Workplace allegation, workplace dispute, false allegation is still a matter of concern. So if I were to say, the domestic life and your work life is slightly on the radar, is bit on the edge. So much better look at the positive things rather than getting stressed in already vulnerable and sensitive areas of the life. And the end of the week is like the way we progress in the week, it is supportive for the students and all, for artists, creative people, recreational, sports and all those activities. That is going to be much more supportive for you. So partner or spouse will be very supportive, but domestic life and the work life and those allegation, problems, sudden like kind of getting into issues with the boss and all, that vulnerability will loom. And because your ascendant lord is transiting from the 6th house, so diplomacy, you will be able to manage and handle many things via the use of the diplomacy. For major investments in business, just be very careful, because Mercury is your 2nd and the 5th lord, and it is slightly afflicted in the 7th house. So that means any of the, if you are planning to invest or put major capital in business, just relying on someone's word and all, so just follow caution and care, do the proper check. Now for the Gemini. For the Gemini friends, beyond any doubt, your ascendant lord is not showing some very good picture. It is rather showing a very gloomy picture. So the week is making you conflict prone, dispute prone, and some sort of health vulnerability will also loom over. See, the week will start on a very good note when moon is going to be conjunct with Jupiter in your 2nd house, exalted Jupiter. So that means at the beginning of the week, some important financial deal can be planned, or some good news in the matters of the sudden windfall of money, sudden release of money, or some important auspicious event in the family that can be anticipated. But the mid half of the week is not very sensitive for some people, because when moon get conjunct with Ketu in the 3rd house, 4th house, that is also the energy of the relocation as well. So like from signing a lease and moving from one place to another place, that energy is going to be there. And because it's Ketu, and your ascendant lord is slightly conflict prone, so this also tells about some very critical, severe dispute and fight with someone close as well. So, and some sort of absent-mindedness while doing any paperwork, documentation work and all. So you have to be very careful. And moon will finish off the week in your like 4th house. So especially when we talk about people who are planning to get any money or loan or credit arranged from the market, so stars seems to be supportive for that. But yes, the mid half of the week is slightly sensitive, and luck is also a little bit fluctuating right now because of Rahu being in your 9th house, and your ascendant lord is making all the vulnerability of the health and dispute. So much better that rather than diving deep into any conflict, much better try to safeguard yourself. Your Venus is very strengthened in the 5th house, so look for the recreational things, beautiful things, spend time with your loved one, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, or any hobby you have. Much better look at those things rather than engaging with people and then getting offended or feeling betrayed, so spoiling your mood. So it's somehow like that. For the Cancer, so for the Cancer friends, a very good week. It will start on a very good note. Moon conjunct with Jupiter, which is like exalted in your 1st house. So some sort of auspicious news, some Manglik family event can be expected at the beginning of the week. The mid half of the week, moon getting conjunct with Ketu in the 2nd house is making your finances slightly sensitive. And friends, I always say this thing, moon making a connection with Ketu in those houses, if during those time, if something happen, you will never see those things again. So I mean to say, just relying on a good faith, you helped someone with a big sum of money. So faith is one thing, and the documentation and being realistic is another thing. So be very careful. The mid half of the week is not creating very good energy for the financial dealings and all. Slight absent-mindedness I'm seeing over here. And by the end of the week, friends, moon will be there in the third house. So for many people, this is actually a typical yoga, like, you know, Jupiter in the first house, Venus in the fourth house, Mars in the fifth house, all very dignified. So for the students, it's a very golden time for making any important purchases for the family, for home appliance, for the home decor. It's a very blessed time. If you are in a business of that, you have a gallery, you have a decor showroom or something, or you are like you deal with the artificial jewelry or luxury goods and all. So I had a friend in one of my acting class, so they do that, the yacht bookings and all. So if you are in those luxury segment, so it's a very good time. And yes, by the end of the week, there will be much more new opportunities, new connections, new collaboration. So energy is very supportive for that. So overall, friends, the matters of the marriage is slightly stressful. Seventh lord there in the ninth house, but the whole attention is going in the domestic life. For the students, it's a very good time, and some sort of collaborative opportunities also I'm looking at. But the mid of the week, Moon Ketu in the second is making you slightly vulnerable. Now for the Leo. So friends, for the Leo, if you will see that Moon is going to be transiting from your like 12th house, finishing off the week in your second house. So for the Leo Lagna, you will exert your authority very well. If you're planning any travel, international travel at the first half of the week, stars will prove out to be very supportive for you. You will put your wholehearted energy in order to be of use for the community and all, and especially people who are very spiritual, people these days in the politics, like, you know, especially if you are very far right. So Moon getting conjunct with Ketu in the first house. So yeah, one video which is scheduled after this is about astrology, connecting it with the politics, especially the left and the right from the US context, like Democrats and Republicans and all. I'll make that video about that. So you will be surprised, like how we can put planets as well in the right or the left. So yes, but overall omens will speak to you. The week is very balanced, if I were to say, for the Leo, and some important financial opportunities, like the way I have said that, because Mars is strengthened in the fourth house, especially if you are a realtor, anything connected with the real estate engagements, anything connected with the collaboration, sales, media, marketing, travels, important finalization of the documentation and all. Venus strengthened in the third house. So overall stars are very supportive for you, friends. It's just like that mid half of the week is making you slightly radical, critical, slight vulnerability on the health, but overall a very supportive time, and nothing could be better than that for planning any land related dealing, any housing, apartment, finalization, booking of that, any important purchases connected to the home decor, family, home appliances and all, or even some short travels with friends and all. So you will do your best to help out and be a very loyal comrade and loyal friend to people around you in the community, in your social circle. That's all what I can say. Marriage aspect is slightly sensitive. Rahu in the 7th house and the 7th lord in the 8th. So, and a lot of fluctuation is happening. Saturn now is going to be getting prepared from the retro to be in the direct on November 27th only. So marriage aspect is slightly sensitive, but overall from the career, reputation, overall your projection point of view, very supportive week. Now for the Virgo. So for the Virgo friends, Moon will start on a very good note. Exalted Jupiter conjunct with it in your 11th house. So the week might start on a very good note. Some important deal can finalize. Some any big sum of money you are expecting, or any important business meeting with your finances, with your business goals, your gains, profits in mind will work out. Stars, omens will support you. Moon getting conjunct with Ketu in the 12th house. So travels will be slightly filled with inconvenience and all. See, unless and until if it is a pilgrimage, if it is a religious pilgrimage, you are attending a retreat, then it's going to be a very enlightening kind of energy. But when we talk about in general, because with Moon Ketu, I have seen like people lost the luggage, something happened, absent-mindedness. So it's just slightly sensitive, especially if you go very close to the nature and all. So like even in Vancouver, when I go for hike, I ensure to have a bear spray. It's very important. So I'm going to say, when you have Moon Ketu in the 12th and that time you're doing a hike and all, so just be very mindful, careful. That's what I'm trying to say. Overall friends, if I were to say from the finance point of view, Venus is very strengthened in your 2nd house, Jupiter exalted in the 11th house, and Mars being there strengthened in the third house. So the only concern is that because Mercury, your ascendant lord, is conjunct with Mars in the third house, so that energy will still loom over, where people are being very aggressive around you, or just trying to bully you, dominate you into something, influence you with something. And here I'm not talking about just a light general kind of trying to convince you. It's like putting the whole force, kind of putting a pressure onto you to do something their way. So that energy is going to be still there. So yes friends, that's all what I have to overall say. Just the mid half of the week is making you slightly vulnerable. Apart from that, all other areas of the life are being well taken care of. Especially people who are in any leadership role, the stars are very supportive. If your income is connected with any female products or fashion, beauty, you are a model, you are an actor, you are a designer, so overall a very supportive week for all those people. For the Libra, so friends, for the Libra, moon will start its journey conjunct with exalted Jupiter in your 10th house. So that means a very good news. Especially in terms of the career, there will be a lot of the potential and hope which this week is carrying for you. So that means for many people, if you have any interview schedule, any important meeting schedule this week, nothing would be better than that. It's just like that moon getting conjunct with Ketu in the mid half of the week will make people slightly stressed or detached, and will put into the mode of the introspection or self-questioning regarding your worth, how much money you have, where you are lacking, what else you can do. So a lot of the feeling of comparing yourself with people around you and getting outshined by other people's lifestyle. So that energy might be there slightly in the mid half of the week, and by the end of the week friends, very good energy for the travel point of view as well. Friends, in your case, see, Mercury is afflicted this week beyond any doubt, and Mercury is your 9th lord. So that means don't be and that is happening in your 2nd house. So just be very mindful that like you're not gambling too much in terms of money, or because Mars is conjunct with this Mercury, so there's pressure in the family. This could be due to the pressure of the family, or this could be the spouse, because Mars is your 7th lord. So you are being forced into put a big sum of money into something regarding which your conscience is not allowing you. So that sort of gamble I will not suggest you to play. But especially when we talk about your reputation, your career endeavors and all, from that point of view, it's very supportive. It's very supportive week. And yes, the end of the week, some travels will also prove out to be very favorable. When we talk about the relationship, friends, so I would again say the same thing. Venus is there in your 1st house, being very well placed. So a lot of charm, glitter, glam is there in you, and many people are interested in you. Spotlight is there in you, onto you. But the 7th lord is very strong, and that to 8th from it. So when it comes down to the final commitment, I would still say that take proper time, discretion, get into the proper pros and cons that will be required. For the students, Rahu in the 5th house, slight fluctuation. The mind is still not stable, and Saturn is there in your 6th house. So and Saturn is turning direct after the end of the month. So that means many development is yet to happen, but this week is still very supportive. This week is very supportive. Now friends, for the Scorpio. So for the Scorpio, it's a very auspicious time, friends. See, the beauty for the Scorpions is that only if you can be religious and every single day, rather than being filled with the toxicity of the people around you and rethinking it, going deep within it, if you will do a habit of chanting or japa every moment, every day will bring blessing to you, because moon is your 9th lord, and every day 9th lord is traveling in the zodiac belt for you. So I mean to say, some auspicious news can be expected at the beginning of the week. Travels will prove out to be very fortune awakening. At work, some important development will happen. In your case, Mars, your ascendant lord, is very strengthened in the 1st house. So that means you will make use of your intellect to take the right decision. You will be there as a wall to safeguard and help people around you. So it will prove out to be very helpful in those matters as well. It's just like that because in your case, Mercury is your 8th lord, is also conjunct with this Mars, and Mercury is the 11th lord as well. So in the financial matters and all, just refrain from giving any commitment to someone, like the way, especially where people become a guarantor of something, of someone. So just be very mindful over there. For any land and property related deal, see, Mars is strengthened, but in your 4th house there is still Rahu, and Ketu will transit, like moon will transit, make a connection with this 4th and the 10th axis. So although this Mars in the 1st house is very strengthened for you, supportive for you, but still I would say this week I'm not seeing very positive, very favorable for land property related dealing, especially the mid of the week. End of the week is still good, because then moon is going to be transiting from your 11th house. So overall friends, a supportive week for the Scorpio Lagna. Slight skin related concern, head injury. We know that Mars, even if it is ascendant lord, but it is there in the 1st house and conjunct with the 8th lord. So over there you have to be careful, and because Mercury is your 11th lord as well. So don't submit to your friends or someone's pressure for doing things in a certain way. Use your discretion. That's all what I can say. In the marriage relationship, friends, so some discipline needed to be inculcated. Your 7th lord is there in the 12th house. So caution, care, discipline, especially while dealing with opposite sex. So discipline has to be there. Many people will find it difficult to save money during this time. So it look like to be lifestyle expenses are going to be high. Now when we talk about the Sagittarius, so friends, for the Sagittarius, moon will start its journey from the 8th house, and during the same time your ascendant lord is also turning retrograde. So that means some turnaround of the things can happen. Health is vulnerable. Your 7th lord is there in the 12th house, very afflicted, conjunct with Mars. So in the partnership, in the marriage with the partner, lot of confusion, lot of misunderstanding. See, the thing is, because your 6th lord is there in the 11th house, so you will win over any argument, any debate, or you will decimate your enemies. It's good for that. Like obviously if you're working as a lawyer and all, you're working as a cop, it's good for you. But in general, matters of marriage, spouse is stress point. So if you are going on a marriage meeting and all, first meeting and all, or a date and all, so it's not a very healthy positive energy. You will end up having a ambiguous experience, or very kind of slightly toxic and very mysterious kind of experience. So refrain from that. Health needs to be watched. For pilgrimage and all, it's a very good time. Moon getting conjunct with Ketu in the 9th house. But any file work, documentation work, you have to be careful. End of the week, energy is still coming little bit balanced and calm, but the start and the mid half of the week is slightly fluctuating. There's a lot of fluctuation happening. Luck is also playing a lot of hide and seek, because the 9th lord is there in the 11th. So luck is fluctuating, moon getting conjunct with Ketu. So only way it is better is for spiritual seeker, for meditation, deep introspection, spending time in the nature, quiet time. So reading your book and like contemplating on life is good for those philosophical mindset. In other areas, in commercial dealing, business management, decision and all, it's slightly vulnerable. Now when we talk about the Capricorn, so friends, for Capricorn, the week will start on a very good note. Moon conjunct with Jupiter, exalted Jupiter in the 7th house. That means Venus, so your Karak, is very strong in the 10th house. So nothing could be better than that. This week is very positive, very supportive. Like I can give you, based on the transit, a go ahead for taking any important decision connected to your career, connected to the business, connected to your even relationship matters as well. Travels will prove out to be very fortune awakening. It's just like that the 7th lord becomes the moon, and the 7th lord is going to be getting conjunct with Ketu in the 8th house in the mid half of the week. So some vulnerability of partner is not accessible, suddenly the phone is not reachable, or the partner's health might be a concern. So that is a small vulnerability which I'm seeing. But apart from that, for students, very good time. Any job interview, job placement, a very supportive time. And enhancement of reputation, commercial success, success in travel. Overall, a very supportive, uplifting week for the Capricorn. Now friends, for the Aquarius rising natives. So friends, in your case, moon becomes your 6th lord. It is going to be getting conjunct with Jupiter first, in the 6th house, right at a time when Jupiter is also preparing to get into the retrograde motion, that too in the 6th house. Then moon is going to get conjunct with the Ketu in your 7th house, and then finishing off the week in your 8th house. And your 9th house is strengthened because of Venus, your Bhagya lord, being well placed over there. But Mercury, your 5th lord, is very afflicted, that too in the 10th house. So friends, see, health is slightly a matter of concern for the Aquarians for this week. And then when moon will get conjunct with Ketu, so in the 7th house, and the 7th lord is also debilitated, so that means even in the matters of the business, and like you cannot trust someone blindly this week, because there is a lot of the energy of the manipulation which you will face. And again, the thing is, even when we talk about our own discretion, our own judgment, the concern with the Aquarians is that only if they know how to make use of their deep thinking, deep philosophical thinking. Otherwise, if the deep thinking will go haywire, it can just put you into the mode of paranoia, self-doubt, suspicion. Because in your case, Mercury is not only the 5th house lord. Mercury in itself represents intelligence. It rules the house of the intellect, 5th house, but it also rules the 8th house as well. And it is kind of, in Scorpio, retrograde. Mars is like bombarding it in the 10th house. That means a lot of energy of negative thinking, going in a negative loop of thought, doubting people, suspicion, being manipulated. So that energy will loom over. For the Aquarius, and Rahu is already there in your 1st house. So the mental health needs to be guarded. Think positive, be as optimistic as possible, surround yourself with the positive people, and be in that positive, healthy, encouraging environment. That is very important for this week. I already mentioned, friends, health needs to be guarded at the beginning of the week, especially. For the marriage, the relationship, I'm not seeing very supportive energy. For initiating anything new in the business, the week is not very supportive. The week is supportive especially for people who are like connected with for the job enthusiast. If you are a social worker, or you are into the tech field, you are even connected with politics and all, anything connected with activism, it is supportive time for you. The 10th house is very strengthened. It's just like that, the thought process, that is vulnerable, and the health is slightly vulnerable. So that is the only reason I mentioned this thing. So friends, if I were to summarize, the overall, the look and feel of the week is slightly manipulation prone. Health needs to be watched. Some sort of misunderstanding, like when moon is passing from the 7th house getting conjunct with Ketu, so we get to this mindset that my partner does not care for me, or you feel little bit lonely and left out in the relationship. So that energy will loom over, and it might go deep when moon will also pass from the 8th house. So my recommendation, meditation and all those self-help books and being close to the nature is the key. But for the enhancement of reputation, especially your public image, the career front is very supportive for the Aquarius Lagna natives. Lastly, friends, for the Pisces. So for the Pisces rising, friends, moon will start its journey from your from your 5th house, being conjunct with the planet Jupiter, exalted. So that means the start of the week is creating a very positive, supportive energy, some auspicious news. This could be anything connected with your career. For the students, nothing could be better than that. See, 5th house, 9th house, these are the house of the auspiciousness. We cannot just summarize it only to the children or to the education. These are the houses where, because of the blessing and the grace, many things happen in the life. So but yes, for sure, if you are a student and all, or in general, some happy event, happy news can be expected at the beginning of the week. Also very supportive for the consultant, counselors, investors and all, very supportive. The mid of the week is not at all supportive, especially for lending your money. Any of the borrowing, credit, loan related engagement and all, especially for those who do things on a goodwill, on the word of the mouth. So you have to be very careful. It's Ketu. Things lost in the influence of the Ketu never comes back. So over there you have to be careful, and this might also make you slightly conflict prone as well. So during that time you have to be careful. See, your house of luck is very strengthened. So Mars in the 9th house is very strengthened. So luck and the divinity will guide you and protect you. That's what the most important thing. And then it will finish off the week in your 7th house. So the end of the week is also creating that energy of some new beginnings in the business front as well, for your commercial aspiration and all. So end of the week is creating that energy. But yes, the mid of the week is making your health slightly and health is slightly on the radar. And Especially friends, a lot is dependent on what kind of dashas you are currently going through, because if you're also going through a dasha which is making you like catching any disease or sickness prone, or any conflict prone, workplace politics entanglement, so then in the mid half of the week you have to be slightly careful over there. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.